Everybody, Phi Farley here, March 23rd. We are back at the NCAA tournament action. Yesterday, squeaked out a win there with Loyola Chicago. I was so excited when Loyola made a run. Nevada started pulling their starters who were in foul trouble and making just bonehead mistakes. They went on a 1 of 12 drought, I think, shooting from the floor. Just looked awful, and Loyola Chicago started picking it up. Really, they weren't playing that well either, to be honest. It was more Nevada blowing it than it was Loyola Chicago. They were just the other team on the floor while Nevada was imploding. So happy to pull out a win there. I'm glad. Moving on to another day today. Today, 4 games. All these lines are sharp. The movement doesn't support much picks. Not a ton of sharp money. Good luck being sharp money with only 4 games and all close lines, sides or totals. But I do have one lean. So just going through this real quick, I'll show you where I was at and where I'm going. By the way, I do have a pick for tomorrow already lined up. Check out my video later. I'm excited to play it. I'll be taking a game tomorrow for sure. But today, so we got Villanova hosting, West Virginia. Villanova's at 5.5, opened up 4.5. The money's coming in on Villanova. Honestly, out of the gates, I wanted to take West Virginia. There's value at 5.5, 4.5, not as much. Just that I believe we'll have a close game here. There's also a little bit of value on the under. Even though more money's coming in on the over, the under has dropped from 153 down to 152.5. I just see this being a competitive game and better defense holding this game a little bit under that total, but I not enough to be able to take this. Not to mention the line moving from 4.5 to 5.5 for Villanova, more money coming in on Villanova. I don't know that there's going to be a lot of value on West Virginia. West Virginia at one point was the number 1 team in the country, like many others of this year. Just nothing here that I could take. Villanova's been probably the all-around best team in the tournament and probably has the highest odds. I think they do have the highest odds to win it all at this point, them and Duke. So next, Purdue, Texas Tech. A little bit of a reverse line movement here. Money coming in on Texas Tech. I wouldn't doubt the linesman can move it just to get more action going because pick to -2 is not a ton of value. -2 though, it was -1, then 1.5, -2. We're starting to get up there. 54% of the tickets on Texas Tech, 72% of the money on Texas Tech, and here we have a pick to -2 for Purdue. Money coming in on the over, 51% of the tickets on the under, 71% of the cash on the over, 137.5 going up to 138 is the over line movement. I don't like either one of those, and I can't make a play there. The other one, Clemson, Kansas. I really wanted to lean Clemson. Very similar to the West Virginia side. I've liked Clemson. I've won on Clemson this year. I've also won fading Kansas early on in the season, but Kansas is full of young players who gel, much like Kentucky has. Here down the stretch, they're getting their center back. That's a variable I can't equate for. So the line movement has gone from 5.5 as an opening line on Kansas down to 5, which has me leaning towards Clemson. And I like the way that Clemson has played both in the ACC tournament and here out of the gates. But Kansas has great athletes. I just don't trust it enough to go with Clemson. So I will not be playing that game. Good luck to you, those of you that are, if you do have a side that you feel comfortable with there. Finally, Duke, Syracuse. So I think there's 2 values in this game. And it's kind of interesting. The lesser of the 2 is Syracuse taking 11.5. Just 11.5 is a large number. Duke is right there with Villanova as the best team left. And the under is the other play I like here. We're getting money on the under. We're getting movement on the under. The first time they played, barely got over 100, and here we have 133. At this point, it has dipped to 132 at some places, then 132.5. It's up to 133 here lately. So we're getting some fluctuation. I think we're kind of hitting that point in which we're starting to get some pushback from the money in Vegas. So opened up at 138.5 and has dropped to 133. 67% of the tickets on the under, 66% of the cash, so pretty darn close to even. We're not getting sharp money. We're not getting, it's public and sharp is probably even there on both sides. So that's my best pick of the day. Take it for what it's worth. It's my lean to take Duke Syracuse going 133 under. You know, Syracuse's defense playing the zone D under Boeheim has been fantastic through this tournament. It's how they're winning. They have held each team respectively to 52, 53 points. I forgot what Michigan State was, but it was right about the same in the 50s there. Duke, I don't think they can hold to that level, but if they can get somewhat close, if they can hold them to 65, and I don't think they can beat Duke. So 65, and they're at 58. Then they'll fall under that 133. So I think 133 under is the best play on the board. Take it for what it's worth. Check out my pick for tomorrow. I'm already excited about it, so I'll be posting another video here pretty soon. All right, see you everyone soon.